Welcome to Lecture 5, which is how to enter and format date and time values in Excel 2010. In this lecture, I'm going to show you how you can enter and format the date and time values in Excel 2010. Okay, let's work on an example to understand how you can enter the date and time values in Excel 2010, and along the way we'll learn how you can format these two values in your worksheet. Take a look at Figure 1, and let's say you're given a task to record and maintain the in and the out timings of students in order to analyze the punctuality of students for a computer class. You then of course decide to use the Excel 2010 program on your computer to store and maintain this information. Next, in order to record and maintain this information in Excel, you first think of the data you need to enter into the Excel worksheet. So what you do, you break down your task into smaller tasks so that you can visualize what and how you need to store and maintain the information in Excel worksheet. As you can see in the figure, you need in total 4 columns to store the student name, date, and the in and the out timings of the students. The first column will contain the student name, second will contain the date values, and the third and the fourth ones will contain the time values. And then finally, you need to format the date and the time values. Now, once you have visualized what and how you need to store and maintain the data in Excel 2010, it's time you actually start entering it in your Excel worksheet. Therefore, once again, open Excel 2010 on your computer. And the first thing you should always do is to save your file. So let's click on the File menu on the menu bar and click on Save. And let's say I want to save it on the desktop, so I choose the location as desktop. And in the file name text box, type in the name of the file. So let's say the name of the file is student punctuality. And once you type in the name, simply click on the Save button to save your file. And one thing I really want to emphasize here is that it's always a good idea to save your file when you begin entering the data in Excel, and also from time to time when you make changes to your Excel worksheet, just to make sure that you don't lose any of your work. Okay, now after you save your file, you can also rename the worksheet, which is right down over here, to basically reflect its purpose. So you simply right-click on it to rename it, and then in the pull-down you click on the rename option. So once you click on the rename option, you can simply click on it and delete the existing name and type in the new name, which is student punctuality info. Next, it's time you enter the actual student data into the worksheet. So click on the first cell, and as you now know that the first row is basically reserved for the headings. So you're going to start with typing in the headings. So the first heading is first name, then you type in the date, and the next column heading is the in time, and then you type in the out time in the last column. Next, just resize these columns so that the text fits in. We're going to need a little bigger column size for the date, so I'm going to just drag it over here. And I'm also going to make the headings bold so that they stand out on the worksheet. Next, you're going to enter the actual student data as you can see in the figure here. So the first student that we have is Alex, and the date is 10th January, and the in time is 2:30, and the out time is 3:30. And then the next student is Susan, same date, and the in time is 2:30, and the out time is 3:15. And then the third student is Dave. Again, same date. In time is 2:45, and the out time is 3:30. And the last one we're going to enter to demonstrate this example is Martin. Same date, in time 2:30, and out time 3:25. And save your file. You can just click File, Save, or you can simply click the Control+S key combination on your keyboard to save your file. Okay, next, in order to apply the date formatting to the date column, you first need to select the entire date column. And you can do that by clicking on the header name of the date column, which is B in this case. So you click on it, and as you can see, it selects the entire column. Then right-click on it, and in the pull-down menu, click on the option which is Format Cells. And as you can see, it brings up a dialog box which looks like the one you see on the screen right now. In the dialog box, under the category list, click on the Date option. And as you can see on the right-hand side of this dialog box and under the Type list, we have a number of predefined formatting values that you can apply to this column. And in case if you want, you can also choose the locale, and you can choose the calendar type as well. So let's say for this example, you basically selected this date format to be applied to this column. And the moment you select it, just click on the OK button to apply the date formatting to this column. And if you notice, nothing really happened in these cells. And the reason nothing happened is because we have typed in the ordinal numbers in these cells. So if you were to type in a new date, 10th of January 2014, and the moment you're going to click on the Enter key, it will automatically change the format you selected in the Format Cells Date dialog box. So the moment I'm going to hit the Enter key on the keyboard, it will automatically change. And as you can see, it does change in fact. And to apply this formatting to the existing cells, what you can do, you can first click on this new cell, and then double click on the Format Painter tool on the ribbon, and then select the last cell, and then drag your pointer to the first one. And as you can see, all the cells now contain the date in the format we selected in the Format Cells dialog box. Okay, finally you need to format the in and the out time columns. So in order to format these two columns, what you first need to do is to select both of these columns. And you can do that by selecting the first column, which is the C, and once you select it, just hold down the Control key on the keyboard and then select the out time column. And as you can see, both of these columns are now selected. Then right-click on it and click on Format Cells again. And this time, under the category list, you're going to click on Time. And as you can see over to the right, we have a number of different formatting options that you can apply to these two columns. And let's say we're going to choose the next to last one. The moment you click on it, simply press the OK button to apply the time formatting to these two columns. And as you can see in the columns, the time formatting is now applied to both of these columns. And if you really want, you can go ahead and experiment with the Format Cells dialog box a little bit. As you can see, it has a number of other options as well besides just date and time. It has the percentage option, the scientific option, text, custom, general, and so on.